Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the JeepSolid Garage. Today we're going to be installing our RockJock heavy-duty tie rod ends and drag link ends on my 2012 Jeep Wrangler JK. I've got the stock tie rods off. They were just completely worn out. I was actually getting a little bit of death wobble in certain situations. I did check my ball joints. They are okay. This is actually part 2. This will be the installation of these RockJock tie rod ends. Go check out part 1 to see how we got to this point of the removal of everything. A few tips and tricks, a few little headaches in there. Check that video out. Here's a quick look at how worn out these ball joints are in these tie rod ends. This one off the stock is just flippy floppy, easy to move. This one, I can't even, I can barely move it. Not easy, but it'll move slightly with a lot of pressure. Let's take a quick measurement to show you guys how much thicker these new tie rods are. This one measures at 42 millimeters. This one, 35. Now the first step, we're working on the passenger side here. I'm gonna unthread this a bit, this tie rod, because these are replaceable. So I'm gonna get a little bit of anti-seize on here real quick. Now we can thread the tie rod back in here, and we want to keep 0.47 of an inch, so just shy of a half an inch of thread showing here. So we'll just move the jam nut in a little bit so that I'm showing just shy of half an inch of thread. And then we can tighten this down, or we can just finger tight right here. We don't want this tight yet. We want to keep the jam nut loose just for adjustment. And make sure that we're at 0.47, and this is for a stock JK. And then on the driver's side, I'll loosen this sleeve here. I'm going to take all these threads apart, and I'm going to get some anti-seize on all these parts as well. And you may have to put your tie rod in a vise to do so, but sure to pad it very well. Last thing you want are scratches on your nice new tie rod. And it's a little bit of a pain to disassemble this to get anti-seize on it, but future you and the guy at the alignment shop will be very glad that you did. And this sleeve here is reverse threaded. You'll figure that out pretty quick. Now once we've got the driver's side reassembled, we're going to leave 1/4 of an inch, or actually 0.24 of an inch of threads showing there, and 0.24 of an inch of threads showing there. If you have yourself a digital caliper, it makes it super easy. Otherwise, we're just going to shoot for just shy of 1/4 of an inch. And with those measurements, it should give us an overall length of 58.5 inches from the center of that Zerk fitting to the center of this one, 58.5. And I'm also double checking my old tie rod to make sure that is what I had previously, and it is. Now, before we install our new tie rod, we're going to get our new steering stabilizer installed here, because this through bolt runs into that tie rod and you can't get it out. Might be able to flip that bolt around the other way, but I'm afraid it would stick out too far and rub on the tie rod. So we're going to install it so we don't have to worry about it. Now we can lift our tie rod into place. Now for the drag link, I went ahead and disassembled this sleeve here, got anti-seize on both the threads there. This is your adjustment sleeve. You want to make sure you have equal amounts, or pretty close to equal amounts of threads on each side. Now I'm going to measure on my old drag link from the center of the ball joint here to the center of the joint there. And that exact measurement hopefully will keep my steering in alignment. And if it's not, a few turns of the adjustment sleeve there should straighten it out. Now we can install the drag link ends. Now we're going to go along and torque all 4 of these bolts, these 24 millimeter bolts, to 80 foot-pounds. And 4 new cotter pins. Now we're going to install the hardware for the steering stabilizer. And we'll tighten up the base of the steering stabilizer here. Now with the base of the steering stabilizer tight, we need to tighten this one up here as well. But first, we need the steering shifted Let's see if I can move it here. See, that's left. We need it all the way to the right. There we go, all the way to the right. Then we're going to compress the steering damper all the way and then back it off just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. And we can tighten down these bolts, which I don't have a wrench for. We're going to tighten down these mounting bolts next. Now I can tighten the jam nut on the passenger side here. And with this sleeve here, kind of in the center of the gap there, I'm going to tighten it up. And I'm torquing it to 60 foot-pounds. Next, we're going to make sure that our drag link is level right here on the passenger side. And then here at the pitman arm, we want to make sure that it's clocked forward. This wrench will get on there. There we go. So clocked forward like that with the passenger side level. Now we can tighten down these sleeves. And we're going to torque these to 60 foot-pounds as well. Now we'll go around and grease up all the tie rod ends here. We'll pump it full of grease until you see the boot kind of start to bulge out a little bit with grease. And put the tires back on. Of course, if you have any issues with your alignment, you can take it to an alignment shop, get it professionally aligned. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you appreciate this content, it helps you out, and you want to support the JeepSolid Garage, consider checking out my Patreon page. You get a little extra content there and lets me know that you're liking what we're doing here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day. I wanted to give you guys a quick tip. I took some measurements at the front and back of the wheels, and I noticed that I did have some toe out. So I had to make an adjustment on the tie rod on the driver's side with that adjustment sleeve here. If you need to make any adjustment to your alignment of your steering wheel, you can do that with this adjustment sleeve here.